Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time, my name is Precious. On this channel I help you understand that family relationship is a work in progress through my videos. Before I go ahead with this video, I've just had a haircut and I am just feeling myself. I am loving myself. I am feeling so good about myself. Honestly, this morning I woke up and I was just admiring myself. I'm like, Precious, you look beautiful. Today's video, we're going to be continuing the series on the getting married young, and I am so excited because it feels like I've left it a little bit, but now I'm back to it. I am so excited to share. So today we're going to be talking about the unpopular benefits of getting married young. This word is becoming something else. This word is becoming I don't even know what to say, what the world is turning into. People get married early. Some people choose not to get married even when they have the opportunity to get married early. A lot of things are going on, and of course it's a decision to make. If you want to get married early, you want to get married young, older, however, whenever you want to get married, it's your decision to make. But there are some benefits of getting married early, which we cannot shy away. In as much as the risk is there, there are some benefits that a lot of people don't even know these benefits, but they are there, or due to the doings or the going-ons in the world, people just forget about that. Getting married young is not an old school thing. There is actually real life benefits of getting married young. So today I'm going to be talking about the unpopular reasons why you should get married young if you have the chance. Without further ado, let's get talking. So what are the unpopular reasons or benefits of getting married young? The first thing is that you are getting married literally on a clean slate, or with a clean slate. I've been on a few social media platforms, especially on Clubhouse. So my times on Clubhouse, although for the last, it's been a while when I went on Clubhouse, but the times I was on Clubhouse, I found that, in fact, that was when I started hearing about body count. I didn't really know much about it. That's not my thing. And I started hearing women saying, but body count a woman has is not important, the body count the man has is not important, and all of that. As much as we live in denial of body count and all of that thing, there are people who, if a woman, a typical example, if a woman, like I said, this is unpopular reason, right? So I'm going to go there. I'm going to be breaking the tables today. If a woman has a body count of 50, or let's say 60, how would you feel compared to a woman who has a body count of 2? A woman who has a body count of 200 and a woman who has a body count of 3. You can't compare. Their experience is something that you can't buy with money. Experience is something you go through. So getting married young, right? One of the benefits is that at that young age, you've not had any experience. You don't have anything, any baggage per se that comes from as a result of you being experienced in one thing or the other. You've not had a lot of experiences. So by the time you're going into marriage, or by the time you're going into getting married to this person, you're going in as brand new. You're going in like a baby. You don't know anything. You're basically learning in the job. You don't know anything. So if you're someone who has experienced a lot of things, or I tell you what, there are people who will tell you that, oh, I met this guy and the guy is not very good in bed. And I begin to ask myself, compared to what? You cannot say this food is not good if you've not tasted a good food. It's as simple as that. You cannot say, oh, I ate this jollof rice. It's not, that's not how the Nigerian jollof rice taste, or Ghanaian jollof rice taste. You can only say that because you have eaten a good Nigerian and a Ghanaian jollof rice. So let us stop deceiving ourselves, brothers and sisters. Let us stop deceiving ourselves that having high body count doesn't really matter, or having a lot of experiences doesn't really matter. It matters. One of the most important benefits is the fact that you don't have any baggage, you don't have any luggage, you don't have anything to compare your man to, especially when it comes to body count and sexual experiences. You don't have anything to compare your man to, and you're learning. Even yourself, you don't know anything, right? So if you're going to be getting married, for example, you're someone who is inexperienced, right, and you're getting married to someone who is very, very experienced, there's a chance that there might be conflict. And that's why I always advise, I always say, even if you're getting married to somebody who is experienced, don't get married to somebody who is ridiculous or crazily experienced, because you may not be able to match. Marry someone who is, if you're not on the same level, just a little bit above your level when it comes to sexual experience. So one of the benefits of getting married young is the fact that you're getting married on a clean slate. You don't have anything to compare your husband to. You don't have anything to compare your wife to. You're learning. You're doing everything together, basically. Another thing about getting married young, which is the benefit, is the fact that you're growing together. For me, I got married really, really young, like I said, at the age of 21, and I've been married for over 12 years. Actually, this year is going to make us 13 years in marriage. And I and Derrick, we're more like brothers and, well, we're not brothers and sisters, but we're more like, we've so grown together. We've aligned in so many areas of our lives. We've matured in so many areas of our life. We are still learning. We are still trying to get better at certain things. We understand ourselves better. It's like children growing up together and getting old together. So we feel so much like glued together, if I have, for lack of better word or better explanation, we feel really glued together. So one of the benefits of getting married young is the fact that you have a long, I'm just in my early 30s, right? And ideally, God keeping me alive and keeping my husband alive, we have like years and years to live together by the grace of God. So I'm so excited the fact that I got married young. I'm not going to change it for anything, because it feels like I've been married for a long time, but looking at the future, if it's even a longer time to go, even more time to spend with my husband. So I'm so happy about it. So you grow together, you literally grow together. As you're growing together, you have children, all your kids are growing together. So it just feels so good that I am healthy by the grace of God. I am young and I'm seeing my kids growing up with me. We are all growing, and I can't even tell you how it feels. Sometimes when I look at my kids and I look at me, I'm like, are these my kids? I've got to tell, my son is going to be 11 in 2 months' time. I begin to ask myself, do I have an 11-year-old? And very soon I'm going to have a teenager at this my age. I am so grateful to God. Like, it's not a feeling that, I don't know how to express it, but it's a beautiful feeling to have, that I am growing together with my children. I am growing with my husband. We are all just growing together. It's one thing that you can't buy with money, and it's one thing you can get getting married young. Another thing about getting married young is the fact that you're very flexible in terms of having kids, right? For me, I wanted to have all my kids before by 30, but one thing led to another. I wasn't ready. After I had Mark, I wasn't ready to get pregnant immediately. I wanted to take my time and just get myself ready up there before I have another baby, which God has blessed us with, Naomi. So in terms of having kids, that flexibility, if I want to have more kids, I still have the time to have kids. Let's not deceive ourselves. When it comes to having children, age is a factor, whether we like it or not. Forget about what the world is saying. Forget about what people are saying on social media. Forget about freezing, frozen, and all of that kind of thing. Forget about the fact that, yes, thank God for IVF. Thank God for the fact that you can have options of having children, right? I bless God for that miracle of science. But one thing we need to know is that when you have the ability, when you have the power to have kids early, why do you want to change it? You don't want to change it, right? So for me, I would say that the flexibility of having a baby when you get married early is just there. Let's say, for example, you get married early and you find out that you have problems or you have things you need to sort out in terms of your physical health. You have time compared to someone who gets married, let's say at the age of 40. The fact you're already getting married at the age of 40, you're already under pressure to have children straight away. But someone who gets married, let's say at the age of 22, you can decide not to have children for the next 3-4 years. You can just decide to stay with your partner. You have all the time, right? This is something that a lot of people are living in denial, but it's the truth. When you get married young, you have flexibility on when to get pregnant and when not to get pregnant. You're not under any pressure. You can decide to wait before you have babies. You can decide to have babies straight away and do things. Another thing that make people, when it comes to having babies and when they get married, is the fact that it's going to affect their career. Can I just give you an example? Whether we like it or not, there's definitely going to be a time in a woman's life that your career would slow down a bit because you're having kids. It's the truth, right? That's just the truth. So it's up to you. Do you want to slow down when you're younger, or you want to have your career when you're younger? You decide what you want to do. For me, I did a bit of slowing down. Okay, so I had my kids. I slowed down a bit when I've had my first. Did I even slow down a bit? I don't even think I slowed down a bit. I continued working and I got into my career, and while I was in my career, I kept having kids. This is actually the first time that I'm planning on going part-time. When I'm going back to work, this is the first time. So I've always had my career back to back, doing stuff back to back and all of that. So it's up to you in terms of having children. Is either you decide to have your career, build it to a certain level, then start having children, or you can decide to have children by the time your kids get to a certain age. Because you're still young, then you decide to now start facing your career, or however you want it to be. There's definitely going to be a give and take time, a time where you're going to have to slow down a little bit, or a time where you have to sacrifice. If you want to have your career 100% and you want to have children 100%, you don't want to lose any part of it, it's not possible. There has to be a balance. One will either be 45-65, 45-55, or one is either going to be 50-50. Is hard to actually balance. So one of the advantages, or one of the benefits of getting married young, is the fact that you have that flexibility. I remember having a lady as well, that she's in her in her mid 30s, and her kids are teenagers already. Like, she is just living the life. She is just living the life. If you see her, you wouldn't know she's even married. But if you see her kids with her, you would think they are siblings. It's just a beautiful thing, guys. It's so beautiful. So that flexibility is there for you to have kids when you get married young. Another advantages of getting married young is the fact that you have that ability to attain financial stability early. Marriage is one thing that if it's done properly, you can attain financial stability. If both of you are financially good, or you're able to manage your money, or you're prudent, you can be able to attain financial stability. For me, if you've not seen my video, there was a video I did with my husband where we talked about our finances. In this house, Derrick is one of the men Derrick is rare. This is not just because he's my husband. He is a rare human being. He's one of those people that his own financial intelligence is on a different level. He knows how to manage money. There are times in the house where I feel like, oh, there's no money. This man will bring money and give to me. I don't even know where he keeps the money. I don't even know how he does it. Derrick saves, even if he doesn't have anything at the end of the month. In fact, Derrick saves before he spends his money, or before anything goes out. He takes his savings out. That's how it works. He doesn't save after expenses. He saves before expenses. So he's that good. So what I'm trying to say is the fact that he's that kind of person that is financially there. And I am very, very good when it comes to finances as well. So when it comes to financial stability, I know that we have attained that financial stability because we're both financially prudent. So getting married young, especially getting married to someone who is financially good, both of you are going to attain financial freedom early. Another thing about getting married young is that because you got married young, you can decide not to have kids immediately, and you can decide to pursue career, get a lot of money, and attain financial stability. Two good heads, they say, are better than one. So you working, your partner working, you decide to put children on hold, both of you are working, you can decide to clear your debts within that time, you can decide to get a house within that time, you can decide to put a lot of things in place within that time of you getting married, okay? Because you're both young, you have it. Because both of you are bringing your finances together, right? It's one thing that makes things go faster. Two of you bring your finances, this person brings his finance, put it together, you run the home smoothly. It compared to just one person having, let's say you're living alone, you have to pay the bills, you have to pay the mortgage or the rent and all of that. It's just from one pot. But when two people are living in the same house, bringing two finances together, there's a chance that they are going to be stable financially. It's just common sense that they're going to be stable. That's one of the things that you get when it comes to getting married early, is the fact that you're likely to attain financial stability really early. Another thing as well is the fact that your expectation is low. I am a typical example of that. When you get married early, you don't have expectation, right? The truth of the matter is that expectations are built on your experiences in life, your experiences in life, the experiences of other people, what you see growing up, what you see other people do growing up. You begin to pick things, and before you know, you now have this expectation, or you have this mindset of, this is how my partner is going to behave, this is how I want my marriage to be, this is how it needs to be, and that is how it needs to be. Whether it works or not, it does not matter to you. It's not a problem to you. All you know is that this is how you want it to be. So with age comes experience. With age comes this kind of with age comes this type of expectation. When you get married young, what are you expecting? What do you know that you're expecting? You don't know anything you're expecting. So the expectation you have for yourself and for your partner is a little bit low when it comes to getting married young. And that helps a lot in marriage. I tell you what I know now, if I knew it when I got married, I'd probably be fighting with my husband every day. I'm telling you the truth. But when I got married, I just came in with, I love this guy. I want to learn. I want us to grow together. I want us to do stuff together. I'm not expecting, I wasn't expecting that, at the end of every month, he's going to give me £1,000. I wasn't expecting that, okay, he needs to buy me a car and he needs to have a car. We have to live in a house. Nah. I just wanted to spend time with him, learn, do things together, agree on what we want to do it together. And that was what really, really helped me. So when it comes to getting married young, the expectation is low. You're not comparing your husband to anybody because you don't have any standard to even compare your husband to or your wife to. You're just satisfied. You're just content with the fact that you're spending the rest of your life with this guy, and you begin to grow. And while you're in that marriage, you're growing. You're growing in a way that suits your marriage. I don't know how to explain this. You're growing in a way that even if you learn something new, you're learning it and customizing it to suit your marriage. But when you're outside of marriage, you're learning something. You're not learning anything to suit your marriage in the future. You're learning that you will carry and go into your marriage. Whether it suits it or it doesn't suit it is not your problem. All you know is that this type of thing, my auntie was doing it and it worked for my auntie. I need to learn it and bring it into my marriage. One of the things I've learned getting married young is the fact that temperament differs. If you're watching me, you don't know anything about temperaments, please go and watch videos on temperament. It's going to help you a lot. When I started educating myself about temperament, I started saying, is that the reason, or was that the reason Derrick was behaving like this? Oh, was that the reason I acted like this? Oh, was that the reason this person did this? Because of his temperament, because of her temperament. It's going to make you understand a lot of people. And because you understand people based on their temperament, you give them a bit of, what's it called now? You'll be able to tolerate a lot more because you understand where they're coming from. So temperament is important. This is not one of my points, but I just want to put it out there that if you're watching me, you've not read, you've not learned, you don't even know what your temperament is, the temperament of your partner, you're going to be having issues on things that you could have just avoided or you could have just looked over because you understand that this is his temperament, okay? So I said I should just put it out there. So getting married young is very, very important because of the fact that your expectation is going to be low. Another good thing about getting married young is the fact that you're open to learning. I was open to learning, and a lot of people I've spoken to. The good thing is that I have friends who are married young as well. One thing that I would say is common amongst all of us is the fact that we all wanted to learn. We were just ready to learn and make our marriages better. As a young person, your husband says to you, babe, I think you should learn this because it's going to make me enjoy this food better. The next day you're on YouTube learning it. Because whatever is going to make your husband happy, you're going to be doing it. You want your husband to be happy. You want your partner to be happy. You want to do things to make them good, feel good about themselves. You're going to do it. But if you're a grown-ass woman who you're already mature and mature, and your husband is telling you, babe, please, can you, that egusi soup you cooked that day, I didn't like it, please can you cook it properly? You feel insulted. This is just the truth. You'll be offended straight away. You will be offended, even if later you go back and think about it and say, okay, let me go and make it, but at first you will be offended because you are mature. You're a mature woman. You feel like somebody is telling you what to do. You feel like this man is trying to control you. But as a young person, when your spouse says that same thing, you're like, oh God, okay, I think I'm going to make it better. I'm sorry, honey, I'm going to cook better. Young age, when you're young, right, you reason differently. You're so innocent. You just reason differently. You just want to be better. You just want to make things better. You just want to grow. You just want to learn because you know you need to learn. But when you're a lot older, you're already an adult, learned everything, you have all the experiences, and somebody's trying to come and tell you something. You will be weighing the things. At this point, you're really literally picking what you want to learn and what you don't want to learn because you don't have time to be learning things that you think for you won't benefit you. So it's very, very important that you understand that this is very, 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 very one of the benefits of actually getting married really, really young, that I personally experienced. The fact that I had a teachable heart. Like I said in my other video, that one of the reasons my husband married me was because he saw that I was so ready to learn. In fact, let me tell you something. Just yesterday, my husband said to me that that I am a good student, because that quality is still in me. If my husband up till now tells me that, Precious, I want you to try and do this, or try and sort that, I'll try and do that. Most of the times that he tells me to do things, he does it because he loves me and he wants me to get better at it. So I don't think he's trying to make me feel like I'm not inadequate or I'm not good enough or all that. No, he wants me to be better and he knows I can be better. That's why he tells me, do this, do that. So he says to me, oh, that you're a good student. And I did something that he had asked me to do. I did it and I said to him, if you see what I've done, you're going to be proud of me. So he saw it and he said, oh, you're a very, very good student. And that's what makes him happy. When he sees that I can be better, he tells me to try and make it better. He doesn't force me. He just says, I think you can actually do better in this area. And by the time he says it to me, sometimes I can be stubborn and say, just leave me alone. But later I think about it and I decide to do it. And it turns out that I'm happy, he's happy. We are both happy because we can see the difference that has made. So one of the benefits of getting married young is the fact that you're ready to learn. You have a teachable heart. You're ready to learn. It's a benefit. It's a massive benefit. Ask Derrick about it. He's going to explain it to you. Another thing as well is that you have more years to live together. By the grace of God, like I said on my other point, I'm hoping that I and Derrick are going to grow old together. We're going to be healthy together, raise our children together and grow old together by the special grace of God. And I'm looking forward to it because, God willing, I'm spending another 50 years with my husband. God willing, I'm spending another 60 years with my husband. Can you imagine how that is going to be? It's such a beautiful thing. So one of the benefits of getting married young is the fact that you have longer time you spend together. Okay, you have bigger number of years spending together. For example, I got married at the age of 21, and because I got married at the age of 21, I stay in marriage for, let's say, 50-60 years. That's 50-60 years spending together with my husband, right? Compared to someone who gets married at the age of 40 and let's say you have 30 years to stay with that person. Can't compare it, can you? 50 and 30, that's 20 years extra spending with your partner. So it's very, very beneficial to actually get married young because you have a longer time to spend with your partner. It's not something someone can actually explain to you, but it feels really good. I can tell you that the fact that we've stayed together for how many years now, it feels like we've been married for a long time, but think about how much more we have to spend together. It's just a beautiful thing. Another benefit as well is the fact that, I think I've mentioned it earlier, is that you grow with your kids. So I think for me, this is the most important part for me. This is the part that I can see clearly. When I go out with my children, people never ever know that those are my kids. When I go out, when I stay with my daughter, people don't know that she's my daughter, because I'm still looking young and my kids are growing up, waxing strong. It's just a beautiful thing. The fact that I'm young and I'm growing, and my kids, and I can see my kids growing with me, we are all just growing together in this house, is such a beautiful thing. And it's something that I am so grateful to God. I am honestly, if I'm going to advise, if you have the opportunity to get married young, have children as soon as you can. The joy of having to grow with your kids is something you can't buy with money. It's just beautiful. Yesterday I went for a haircut with my son while I was in this salon. The people who were there didn't even know he was my son. They probably thought we were siblings. Honestly, it's just a beautiful thing to we're going together. I was driving, we were both singing and having fun together, just mother and son. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful thing having to see my kids grow up and I'm growing at the same time with them. It's just a beautiful thing. So these are the benefits of getting married young. Do you think there are benefits of getting married young that I haven't mentioned? Or did you get married young? Why did you get married young? Let me know in the comment section, because this is just a beautiful aspect of getting married young that people don't really talk about, or people are beginning to overlook, but it's still very, very important. So let me know in the comment section. But for now, thank you so much for watching my video. If you liked it, you enjoyed it, please press the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also watch other of my videos on this series, which is getting married young. Thank you so much for watching. Be grateful, be positive, and be yourself. See you on my next video. Bye for now.